There are secrets of the present tenses that they don't teach you at school or in textbooks. And if you want to be an advanced English speaker, a C1 English or C2 English speaker, you need to know them. Secret 1 is this: the present simple is not the real present tense. So the present simple is used for things such as these: routines, habits, facts, and descriptions. So an example of a routine might be this: Helen plays piano every day. So is this present? Well, yes it is, because she plays today, but also no it isn't, because she played yesterday and she's going to play tomorrow. So it's past, present and future, not just present. It's permanent. So a better way of explaining what the present simple means is this: it's not a present tense, it's a permanent tense. It's for things that do not change. Let's look at examples under the other uses of the present simple. So here's a habit. I always have a drink before bedtime. Do you? So this doesn't just mean now, it means this happened before and this will happen after. It's the same with facts. Here's a simple fact: the moon goes around the earth. It happened yesterday, it will happen tomorrow, it happened thousands of years ago, and it's going to happen thousands of years' time. It's permanent, it doesn't change. And also for descriptions. Do you know anyone like this? Maybe you're thinking it's you sometimes. He is lazy. When you say he is lazy, you don't mean now, you mean in general. Most descriptions are not just for now. They mean in a general sense, which includes now, but also before and after. And we'll look at an alternative to this in just a moment. So what is the real present tense? Well, the real present tense is the present continuous. Look at some examples here. Back to Helen playing the piano. We already identified that Helen plays the piano every day, means past, present and future. But look at the present continuous form. Now, the present continuous is made of the verb to be. So is in this case, because it's third person, Helen is. And then the infinitive play followed by ing. So Helen is playing the piano is the present continuous. And this means now. What is happening right now? Helen is playing the piano. Did she play yesterday? We don't know. Will she play tomorrow? We don't know. All that we know is Helen is playing the piano, and that means it's happening now, because the present continuous, to be, and then the ing form, is the real present tense. It describes things that are happening now. Another example we looked at: I always have a drink before bedtime, means every night. But if you say I am having a drink, then that means it's actually happening at this moment. And here we come back to he is lazy. Now, it's interesting that we don't usually use to be in the continuous form, but we can use to be if we're emphasizing that something is true just at the moment, that a description of someone's behavior or character is true just in this moment. Then we can use to be in the continuous form. He is being lazy. That means right at this moment, this person is sleeping, being lazy. It doesn't mean that they are always lazy, and it doesn't mean they'll be lazy even in 10 minutes into the future, or that they were lazy 10 minutes ago. It just means now. So present continuous is the real present tense. The present simple is better described as the permanent tense, something that is true for a longer period of time, not just now. Here's secret 2. The present becomes future with a simple change. You don't just have to use will or going to create the future. There's something else you can do using present tenses that's really easy. Have a look. Let's go back to our example here. I am running. So if you just say I am running, it's happening now. It's present. We discussed that before. But look at this simple change. I am running tonight. It's not now anymore. It's happening in the future. Why? Because we added a time phrase. I am running tonight. Tonight is a time phrase, and that makes it future. So add a time phrase to the present tense and it becomes future. It's such a simple thing to do to make it future. Let's look at some more examples. Helen is playing piano after you. This is happening in the future. I will say this if I'm telling someone you're playing piano later. Someone's going first, then you. But this time phrase, after, tells us it's in the future. Just by adding the time phrase, it makes it future. And John, well, John is, maybe he's lazy, maybe he's not, but this is true. John is going to sleep at 10 p.m. So here we have going to, which creates the future on its own, but adding the time phrase also makes it future. At 10 p.m. tells us it's not now. Because we have the time, we know it's not going to be now. It's going to be at that time, which makes it future. Now, you have to be a little bit careful when you use time phrases to make the present tenses future, particularly with the present simple. To do this with the present simple, it must be for something planned or regular. Look at the example here. Some business people go to conferences sometimes, and you might ask, when does the conference start? And the answer could be, the conference starts on Friday. So by using the time phrase on Friday, we know it's in the future. But we're using the present simple here. And this is okay because when you start something official or planned like a conference, it's normally published. It's normally something that gets written down and printed. And because of that, because it is clearly planned, we can use a time phrase to make it future. The second one, we meet on Sunday. If you are to use this sentence, we meet on Sunday, what you really mean is, we meet every Sunday, but the next one is on Sunday. I'm telling you, we meet on Sunday in the future because Sunday is the normal day and that's the next time it will happen. So it's a regular event and we're simply telling you of the next event that's going to happen. It's regular, it's routine. But you couldn't say this, I am lazy tomorrow. So with pure descriptions, adding the time phrase doesn't make sense. We don't do this as native English speakers. We don't add a time phrase to descriptions to make them future. A second way we need to be careful is this doesn't work with time phrases that are already in the past. So you could not say the conference starts yesterday. Time phrases can make the present tense move into the future, but they can't make the present tense move into the past. If you want to move into the past, you have to use the past simple. The conference started yesterday. Here's secret 3. Make a time phrase plural and it becomes a routine. Let's go back to our meeting on Sunday. So in the previous part, we mentioned that if we say we meet on Sunday, we're telling someone that there is a future event on Sunday. It's an event that happens regularly, but the next one is on Sunday. So really, Sunday is in the future here. But what happens if we do this? We meet on Sundays with an S at the end. This makes it plural. So the time phrases become plural, Sundays. And if you do this, now you are telling the listener, we meet every time on a Sunday. Let me just emphasize the difference again to make it clear. We meet on Sunday means the next time is Sunday, although it is a regular event. If we say we meet on Sundays with the S, we're not telling someone about the next future event. We're telling someone about what normally happens. It's a routine. So without the S, it's the future. With the S, it's a routine every Sunday. So making the time phrase plural turns it into a routine. This happens when we use the present continuous too. Let's imagine that there's a new restaurant opening in your area. When is it opening for the first time? Well, we could say this. We are opening in the evening. So using the time phrase in the evening makes it future. But what happens if we add an S to evenings? Well, now it changes to being every evening. We are opening in the evenings. So that means every evening. So with this sentence, we could have said we open in the evenings or we are opening in the evenings. You could have used either. But the S here emphasizes that this is something that happens every time, every evening. Without the S, we're just referring to the next time. There are some secrets of the present tenses, and find out some more secrets about English grammar through my course on Advanced English Grammar on Udemy, excellent for C1 English or C2 English students if you want to reach that level. Or click on one of the links you can see on the screen to get more videos from me that are going to help improve your English.